Morning wine community. Sunday I checked out of this hotel now, and I think it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I felt like I couldn't wait to get out of this place. It was a little bit worse than I thought it was. Apparently there were rats in the kitchen and in the dining room, and I think it's irresponsible. It's totally lack of hygiene. It's totally weird that they don't do anything. I talked about it with the staff and I said, what can we do about it? And they know about it, and it's told now, the person who was in the reception now, and she said, yeah, it's very, very tough, it's hard, that's all she said. And they blame it on the one who owns this house, that it's their responsibility. I don't care, I don't give a damn whose responsibility it is. It's totally irresponsible to have a hostel taking guests and then they're going to have rats running around. Well, I guess I smelled a rat when I called this place up to begin with. And the most funny part of it is actually this sign. Very funny to actually have a sign when they order you to take off your shoes for good hygiene when it's running rats around here. So I can say that's over 30 years since I've been a scout, but Scout's honor, I will never ever use this hostel bed and breakfast again for sleeping when I'm in Stockholm. I'm here at a little place called Årsta. I've been looking up a second hand, and the story behind this is a little bit strange. I've been following a program on YouTube called Veckans brott with, among others, author Leif G. Persson, where they show how the police are working in different criminal cases. They try to get help with different cold cases and criminal history. It's very exciting and to see. And in one show they visited this second-hand store called Tjuvgods, because the author Leif G. Persson was so impressed by this, because this Tjuvgods is driven by a couple of ex-convicts, get out of jail and so on, and they try to get their life around by working at this place, and many of them also have. So he went there and gave away a couple of his books with a autograph on, so they could sell it. And at one part of this part, when he went in there, where you can see it, he passed by a part where they sold records. Hey. And at a sign there it said, records, vinyl records, 10 cent, 1 krona. So I said to myself, I gotta go there next time I'm in Stockholm. It's amazing how you can get inspiration from the most strangest places, like a serious community program in television. I'm not going to film inside, since there are former people who have been in trouble with the law here. I think I show that much respect that I won't be showing them and then put them on YouTube. So let's see if I can find any 10 cent records. was a lot smaller than I expected. I thought it was pretty good, a big place, but it was almost like a flea market. And they didn't cost 10 cents. They raised it to 50 cents, but you get, if you can get them for $1 if you bought 3. So they had a package price, and I was so very much okay with that. So I bought 3. Peter Gabriel from self-titled from '78, featuring Salisbury Hill. Björn Holm, Swedish artist that I showed, that I bought at Selånger Market. I showed that in my vinyl special update from Selånger not too long ago. Nya Vänner, New Friends is the title of the album. This is a late one from '89. Later one, I should say. SH, which is the band for Swedish rock singer-songwriter Staffan Hellstrand, the band he was in before he went solo. This is from 1988, so it's going to be interesting. I wanted to discover SO for a while now. And I also found this. Okay, get it out the bag. This, the Goodman Touch. This is actually a double EP set. 2 records in one. So couldn't resist this one. A lot of great Benny Goodman in smaller bands that I don't have actually. So it was very, very nice. Very interesting to have been there. And for those of you who wondered, just because the store is called Tjuvgods, the main part, the things that are sold there are not things that they have been stolen. They have been given from people for charities. So, but very nice place, very interesting. Might look it up one day again if it's still there. Usually I don't fall for these kind of cheap tourists things. I have to photograph the most famous thing in a city, but that was pretty interesting that I'm for the first time ever I'm outside of Globen, the Globe, or Tele2 Arena as it's called these days, the famous sports place in Sweden. Not only sports, there have been musical events there. It's a gigantic creation, but it's fun to stand here outside of the Globe anyway, for once. Right now I am in a place called Ropsten, Shoutstone, and I'm at the station here, and apparently it's Lidingöloppet today. Lidingöloppet is a yearly running event, a kind of marathon that goes around the place of Lidingö. Attracts many foreign runners and sportsmen and so on. And apparently they have special buses going to that event. I'm here because I'm going to find a place that I found thanks to John Bellamy. Hi John. He talked about myrorna, the ants in Ropsten, and that they had so many records, and I'm going to try to find it and see if it lives up to my expectations. I'm not going to buy all that much though, because I think I should make sure that I can at least take the bag with the records for this weekend home before it gets too heavy. Stockholm is being called the Venice of North, because it's so much water here. And a little you might understand why when you walk around here. And this is the bridge over to Lidingö. Well, there have been a little bit of searching around here. I've been completely lost to find Kolargatan, where Myrorna is supposed to be. However, I guess it's the charm to run around searching. You get to see a lot, learn a lot, until you finally comes to where you are supposed to be. And asking someone where this and that is around here in Stockholm, I learn over and over that is definitely no use actually, because all you will get is what? I never heard of that. So even if it is the neighborhood where you're searching for, so but now I think I'm on the right track. Finally, I'm here. No wonder I didn't find it, because it was pretty well hidden. However, this is a pretty good record store, record department. Oh my god. A landscape of CD records, $1 each. Well, I'm a bit tired now in my legs after all this walking. It was a huge landscape of records, I don't deny that. Many of them were typical flea market stuff, but I did find some very great stuff also. This one I'm looking very forward to. Compilation with Billy Paul, Soul Giant from the 70s, me and Mrs. Jones. This also is a fine looking Philadelphia label one. Full length album with Ben Goodman Sextet, 50s sextet recordings, not with Lionel Hampton but Terry Gibbs at Vibes. A CBS masterpiece release. Usually it's a good sign. These are really good releases. And actually a whole bunch of vinyl singles. Swedish singer Irma and her biggest hit Precis som du. I don't know, but it's been raining Zapando ballet singers over me for this weekend. My fourth is Paint Me Down from 81. I think the first from their first album. Get Out of My Case, Capella, Italo disco from 1990. This is one of their earliest singles. The Fix, Red Skies from 1982. Two in a Room and Wiggle It Just a Little Bit. 91. Paula Abdul, It's Just the Way That You Love Me. 89. Human League, Keep Feeling Fascination. I thought I had that one, but obviously I now recognize that I don't. Living Color, Open Letter to a Landlord. I don't have no idea what song this is, but I'm on a hunt for Living Color and Cult of Personality, and here it is on the B-side as a live version. So I bought it merely for the B-side, but hopefully the A-side is also just as good. And Cult Classic. I bought it just because it's so bad that it's really good. Vikingarna, Swedish Dancing Orchestra, along with television personalities Jakob Dahlin and Annika Hagström. Tredje gången gillt. Third time's the luck. This is so bad that it's actually good, and that's why I bought it. As I said, Venice of the Nordic. A lot of water here, but this part of Stockholm is very beautiful. We're starting to get time to end my visit here in Stockholm. My train to Sundsvall goes in 45 minutes. I'm going to sit here at the central station and just wait now. Halfway through Gävle again. Really relaxing train ride with Randy Crawford's ballads in my earphones. Almost fell asleep there. I gotta say that Gävle when the sun goes down, pretty beautiful. The train to Sundsvall leaves 1909. Finally, I'm approaching Sundsvall. The clock is 21:14, and it's been a really calm and relaxing train ride back home, and take me back home right now. This Stockholm trip has really been relaxing and needed break from the ordinary days. I'm very satisfied with the exception from the living, but I can't complain. I had a single room and okay bed, so even though the living was totally lacked of great hygiene, it was my room was okay. But the records are amazing. It's fantastic. I remember sitting yesterday going through what I bought at the record fair, and it felt so great. All these fantastic findings, and 2 Leonard Stone albums and 3 Carpenter's albums. Totally fantastic. So with that, I'm thanking you for being with me on this wonderful trip. So all the way here. Take care.